Hi everybody, it's Brett. I'm back with another video. So, today I'm going to be talking about the old movie Catch Me If You Can, released in 1989, no relation to the more famous film of the same title directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Leonardo DiCaprio. This one was actually directed by Stephen Sommers, who would later become famous for directing The Mummy. And it was his first film, it was his debut film. He financed it independently, and after it was made, it eventually got a video release, and somewhere along the line, I got this copy of it. Now, this film has become something of a forgotten car movie over the years. It's never had a true DVD release, to my knowledge. You can find copies of it on DVD, but the DVDs that I saw of it online were, frankly, it looked like the cat is going to be taking over the scenery for a bit, but let's get back on track. So the DVDs I found online that you can buy of it, apparently they are made by some sort of made-to-order DVD company. I don't really know much else about them. For the most part, I would say you can classify this as being a film that's mostly available on VHS. And I give it a B minus as an overall movie. Probably as a car movie, I give it about a B or a B plus. The basic plot of the movie is that these high school students, their school is about to close if they don't raise a bunch of money to keep it open, and the traditional fundraisers aren't working. So this student leader, I don't know if she's supposed to be the class president, I haven't seen the movie in a while. In fact, I don't even have a VCR hooked up at the moment, but she forms a partnership with this other student who's a street racer, and they start betting on these illegal street races to raise money to save the school. And they start winning, and it goes from there, and the plot develops. And maybe it seems like a silly and absurd plot, and you might be right. But really, it's no worse than any plot for any of the Fast and Furious movies if you think about them very much. And certainly I don't think is any sillier than Smokey and the Bandit per se. So yeah, I give it a good movie. I like the characters. The two leads, they're played by Matt Lattanzi and Lauren Lachlan. They haven't really been in much in ages, but they give pretty good performances. And the two lead characters have a little bit more depth to them, and they're kind of strong characters than... I don't want to oversell it. This is not a pretentious teen movie. You know, it is what it is. It's just a fun action movie, you know, using this high school backdrop for a storyline. But I do think they did well with what they had. And also there's not really a whole lot of well-known actors in this movie, but it does have Jeffrey Lewis, who was a well-known character actor who starred in quite a few movies, and it has M. Emmett Walsh, another well-known character actor, playing one of the villains. If any of my complaints about the movie from a story standpoint, I would almost complain more about some of the names of the characters not being very original more than anything else. One of the gangster guys who, he has these street race bets against, his name is the Fat Man. One of the street racers he competes against is the Sandman. Another guy is called the Widowmaker. And, there's also this part of the movie where they're talking about this legendary street racer from the 50s named Fast Eddie. So, yeah. And this was released just a few years after The Color of Money came out, which had a character named Fast Eddie in a different context. So, yeah, that part I think could have been done better, but I still like the movie, and I kind of hope it finds more of an audience. I don't know if it will, because, I think there's probably some older car movies from the 70s, maybe with some more famous actors than this movie has, that don't really have much of a following anymore. But I hope at some point it does, and maybe gets more recognition than it deserves. Uh, I used to write movie reviews once upon a time when I was a student newspaper reporter, and I'm really not that big of a fan of Stephen Sommers. I actually didn't like the movie The Mummy that much for various reasons, but I can tell you I think this is one of his better films, and the car action is, it's gritty, it's not overdone, it's not, you know, too light. Just a well done little film, and I kind of think it's too bad maybe the two leads haven't had been in too much after since this came out, but pretty solid movie. If you get a chance to watch it on VHS, go ahead and check it out. A lot of the cars in this film are old muscle cars. Dylan, the main character, played by Matt Lattanzi, he starts out driving a 1968 Chevelle. You know, some of the street racers drive Camaros, another one drives a GTO, and just a good film for car people, I think. So that's all for now. Don't forget to have your pet spayed and neutered. Subscribe to the channel. I need subscribers. Thanks.